Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. I know, buddy. I know, but I just can't do that, okay? You're just gonna have to deal with the things at hand, okay? You got it? Wait, hold on. Oh! Hi there! How y'all doing? I'm Steve Saunders, and I'm the owner of Black Goat Games. Welcome to Black Goat TV. Here, let me put my friend away here. It's like, no more arguing with Grand Admiral Thrawn. You understand? You got that? Do I have to say it slowly to you again? Just got this guy. He's just learning the ropes, you know, hanging out with the other dudes. General Dole's has been giving him tons of shit. So, anyway, I decided to keep these videos a little bit shorter, you know, because I hate editing and no one wants to watch a 30-minute video and stuff like that, so my buddy Seeth is right. Hi Seeth. So I'm going to address some questions that friends have asked me so far through Facebook or other forms of social media or whatever. And yeah, so let's get right to it. My friend Jeff Comtois, I've known him for a long time, met him at PAX a long time ago through my lovely dear friend Ann Coy, who's a fantastic artist. Jeff worked, you may still work, in the video game industry, and is currently a comic book anchor. And so Jeff asked me, let's see, what exactly did Jeff ask me? Oh! Where do I get my inspiration for monsters, for my Black Goat game products, and for gaming, role-playing games in general? And I believe that's what he asked. Close enough, right? Where I get the monster idea from, is it a necessity, is it something cool, like where does it all come from? Well, that's a very good question. I couldn't think of a better way to kick off these little mini episodes than tackling where the fuck the monsters come from. Now, y'all can just pick up a monster book. There are there's insane amounts of monster manuals out there, and they're great. Some of the monsters in, say, Liber Mortis for D&D 3.5, great stuff. Old monster manuals are a treasure trove of really neat stuff. Hell, I pulled monsters out of Cinnabar. You can get monsters from anywhere. But the thing that I like when I create my own monsters is I don't want to step on anyone's toes, or sometimes I want to create my own thing, but you got to remember there's always dance floor psychology. And this can apply to anything in gaming. I'll bring it up a lot. Dance floor psychology is you will always dance to what you know, period. DJs know this. I DJed for years, and all my DJ friends know this. Most of them aren't huge nerds like me, but maybe a couple, like Simon out there might be watching this right now and knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Or my good buddy Eric, who used to game with me. So the point is, you have to give them something they know and can relate to, because if it's too weird and original, they won't be able to wrap their brains around it. It's like listening to Merzbow. I mean, Merzbow's fucking awesome if you like a bunch of static. For most people. I like Merzbow, but that's different. For most people it sounds like static and it's too original, it's too weird. And there are creatures who are like that. They need something they can work off of, something. They're players. You gotta remember that you're creating whether you're creating a monster to sell, because monster products always sell. People really like picking up. GMs are always pressed for time. Or whether you are just trying to come up for something for Friday night for your game group, you really need to think about dance floor psychology and how this applies to your monster. At least I feel. And of course the 2 rules, which is know your audience and know your shit. So basically, if you got a game group with a bunch of people like me, not gonna be into the penis monsters, okay? Like, that's just gonna be like, ugh, not my thing. I like Atyas or whatever the hell they're called, you know, like the giant garbage weird tentacly monster things. Those are freaking amazing. In fact, I named, actually that was another question that Jeff asked. I named my company after Shub Niggurath, the Black Goat of the Woods, Black Goat Games. And you can see this really cool thing that my partner Nicole did art-wise. People say it looks like a uterus, and I don't think it does, but you know, people. So anyway, so you got to give them something they kind of know, and something that they don't know, because like the much overquoted H.P. Lovecraft quote goes, you know, the fear of the unknown. I mean, there's a whole other thing there. Mankind has fear, blah, blah, blah. Something about radioactive popsicles and a Yeti. But the point is, mankind fears the unknown. Okay, so one of I'm going to focus now on one of the products I have out there. And this is kind of a shill type thing for my product, so whatever. But I think it's a good idea. It's a way for me to promote myself, right? So let's get to that. It's a pay what you want product that I'm offering through RPG Now and Drive Through RPG. That means you can enter whatever amount you want, whether it's $0 or $5 or just fuck you. Actually, I don't know if you can do that. Anyway, so I call it the gadding fly. Now, the gadding fly was something I created off the top of my head. Where does it come from? Well, the gadding fly is actually just a play on words. Egads and gadfly. A gadding fly. My buddy Ed K actually, it was some thread because I talk all the time on Facebook, right? Because I can't shut up, and so that was that. The gadding fly was born. Well, what could the gadding fly be? Well, glad you asked. Whoa, now watch that. So the gadding fly, I don't know if you can see this, but is like a fly creature. This is all like stock art and stuff like that, and layout, blah blah blah. But it is a creature best wiped out completely. I wanted something that was terrifying to people, and apparently it is, because it's been doing pretty decently on the sites, the selling sites. So thank you guys. So it's a strange lard body horsefly, and what it does, it takes over the minds and essentially the souls of the people, turning them into kind of like this hatching ground, and it's a highly intelligent, sadistic, evil fly. Now, I actually, the way I game, I don't really believe in good or evil. I hate alignments, blah, blah, blah. But the gadding fly, fucking evil, okay? There's no way, no two ways about it, right? So, it lays eggs in you. It's a nightmarish insect. It's about the size of your hand. It's devious, depraved, spiteful, cruel, egomaniacal. It's smarter than your average apothecary. It depends on how aware you are to its motives and nature. It's found outdoors, in your swamps, in your people, really anywhere. The really nasty bit is you become a hatchery. And it has things like lies, terrible lies, and God's gift, maggot. And if you're an industrial fan, you'll get those joke names. So the gadding fly apparently struck a chord with a lot of people. I've gotten some feedback, thank you. It apparently really just got people. Because flies freak a lot of people out. Flies, moths, and spiders. Those are the three bugs that people are freaked out by. Yeah, worms. Those are cool. But worms are more freaky when they come on. That's like body horror. And they got I have something called a Coomer worm. That basically feeds on misery, and it just pops out of you. So that's where it comes from. Like, what would terrify me? These make excellent little beasties in games. Sometimes monsters can just not be monsters. They're just creatures who run around doing whatever creatures do. Maybe they shit out gnomes. Who knows? Or who knows? Now, the other thing that I'm inspired by is simply stock art. So in case you don't know, through these websites, these like RPG Now, you can buy stock art from other publishers, and they've used it before, and they give you a limited license to use it, and there's sometimes restrictions and blah blah blah. So a lot of times I'll go through and pick up stock art and go, wow, that's a really cool monster. Like I saw this Were Sturge that was put out by, I believe, Purple Duck Games. Who are great. They have a lot of awesome stock art. And you should pick up their products too. Raging Swan Press is another one. So, and Fat Goblin Games. I keep going, but they have stock art. You pick it up. I look at it. I remix it somehow. Headless Hydra is another one. I've gotten some of their stuff, and I remix it or whatever. Or I come up with I look at it. I look at a bunch of other stuff. Like I found there's a creature recently that was in the news. I looked at that. I went, wow, that'd make a really good, nasty creature of some kind. And I just cobbled all together, write a bunch of stuff about it. Sometimes my creatures can be gods themselves. Sometimes they're remixes of other things, like Zuthamog, which is Zothamog, which is a Lovecraftian god, mythos god, / really awesome industrial record label. You can just there's all kinds of places to get ideas from, but the best place to get ideas from, this is also going back to dance floor psychology. Now bear with me here. They dance to what they know. So when you're working in songs as a DJ, you want to work in something new, it's got to sound familiar. But maybe it's got a hook or something like that that's different, or catch them differently, or whatever. Whenever you're spinning like dance music, you just can't hit them with weird shit they've never heard before, and it can't be too out of place. And that's called, when you mix it all together, it's called beat mixing. And when they're similar to one another beat-wise, you're beat matching, right? And the beats have beats per minute and blah blah blah. And it basically, this is what it kind of looks like when you DJ. It's all psychology. DJs are basically cheap-ass psychologists. And it works, and you all are programmed like this. Like we're all programmed like this. And the ones who aren't, you're considered fucking weirdos, right? So you're all Merzbow and the sauna fans, and man, crawl units the shit. You know, like people listen to that and they crap themselves. So the point is, when in your games, you need to also give them something familiar. Give them, with this creature, maybe it's a gnome. I love gnome creatures. You might get that, idea that I really like that kind of stuff. Or maybe it's a goat of some kind. Maybe it's a goat gnome. A gnome. A goat gnome? Good gnome? Whatever. The thing is, familiarity breeds contempt. Maybe you should annoy the shit out of them with it. Maybe this creature can do whatever. Maybe it's like a gelatinous cube, but maybe the gelatinous cube is a person trapped in a cube. Or a cube that thinks it's a person. It's like, whoa, it's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in 25,000 D20 charts. I actually have another product coming up soon called Robert the Gelatinous Cube, which actually explores this thing. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. All kinds of creatures, and then some I just take stock art, like if you pick up little things, I have a creature in there called the Crowfawn, and then the Crowfawn, I just came up with, the names are another thing. I come up with names usually from Estonian or Finnish or Old Irish or Old English, I should say, in Irish, and another one's favorite one is Welsh. I come up with all these different languages, and I mash them together and take out letters here and there, and it makes it sound a little more exotic and interesting. Or you can just simply call it like a razor fuck gnome, or whatever you want to do. It's really up to you. So, but if there's a familiarity to it, if there's something with the creature that people can identify with, and then you can fuck with that, that's awesome. That's a little GM tip with you, or a little GM tip for you, is fuck with them. Not too much. If you screw with your players too much, GMs, they're not gonna want to play with you anymore. They're gonna think you're a dick. You're gonna like a total jerk, and you don't want that. You want to be, you want to give them all kinds of adventure, but be unexpected, and make the expected unexpected. Anybody who's played with me, because I usually GM, everyone will say that I play with people's expectations like some insane asshole with Play-Doh and like 16 popsicle sticks. I just go nuts, and I try to feed off their expectation and try to counter that and mess with them, probably a lot like the Battlestar Galactica writers did. So, I really just want to do that, and I do that with my creatures. And I love putting out creatures that I allow game masters to tweak with as well. Like maybe the Gadding Fly. There's a good one out there somewhere, like the Drizzt Do'Urden of the Gadding Flies, and he's sick and tired of all the evil shit. Really, it's up to you. It's up to you to do with it what you want, and also to come up with new and interesting stuff for your players to encounter, because ultimately your players are really playing a part of themselves, usually. You are playing different facets of yourself as a GM, or interests, or whatever. I mean, I don't want to be a fly who lays eggs into people that hatch out of their brain and come out of their nose and stuff, but it's kind of cool. So I figure, what would I hate? And that's what I go after. It's similar to like a horror author usually writes what scares them, or knows what scares other people. I hope that made some semblance of sense. And if it did, awesome. If it didn't, I'm sorry I wasted your time. So, thanks for tuning in to Blackout TV. I believe this is episode number 2, and I will be trying to provide you more episodes in the future. I'm Steve Saunders. Thanks for tuning in, and game the hell on.